What's up, Hippo lovers? Welcome to Fire against BacT semifinals here of the winner bracket. A lot of drama here in their first try. So what happened? They played one game, as you see, Regicide Fortress and Mirrored Civilization. They played, I believe, in SQ, not MQ, but well, that's not the big issue. The big issue was they are playing game number 2 and suddenly BacT picks a wrong civilization. So there was a lot of drama around that, how to rule it, and yeah, my ruling will be that Fire will have to play the same civilization again, and BacT and Fire can also decide the next civ for game number 2 out of the 5 remaining civs for BacT. We will take a look into that once we jump into game number 2. For now, we will take a look into the recorded game, game number 1, and then in roughly 13 minutes, should be jumping into the live game in game number 2. I already loaded up the rec here, and we are looking into Regicide Fortress as a Spanish war here. And yeah, we will see how this will play out. Fire with not the greatest gold here. Nice defensive woodlines though. Not collecting any stone, so expecting a lot of conquistadors from him. At the same time, BacT, 4 on gold on his side as well. And yeah, a lot of people obviously already know the results. Let's still take a look at the rec to make the whole series complete, guys, shall we? And yeah, then we can go. And okay, now collecting some stone here as well, Mr. Fire. And I'm curious how many monks they will add. It seems like Spanish War, monks became pretty famous. Or popular. Let's say popular. Fire up. Expecting him to go for some kongs. Indeed. Bosa from him as well. Is he adding another TC? No, monastery first. Interesting approach here. Obviously great against kongs. And yeah, picking up relics could be really nice. Better relic positioning overall for Mr. BacT here, I'd say. I think he was asking if the first game was already spoiled in the bracket, but no, it was not. Didn't want to update anything just yet. And yeah, I'm really curious. BacT kind of asking me to change my mind and give another ruling there for game number 2. But, well, I had the same ruling in another series and I will stay with it, obviously. Monk number 1 out, tries to catch or get to that relic. Military count 7 to 5. Remember that one military has to be deducted for the king, so you see everything of BacT here. Now count number 4 on the way, and engagement will be tricky. First to see for Fire out as well. What was the ruling? The ruling was that Fire has to pick the same civilization again and can pick the civilization for BacT out of the remaining 5 allowed civilizations. He picked Mayans, which was banned. We will take a look at the TIFF draft after game number 1 before we will jump into game number 2. Fire collecting the first relic. And BacT with 3 TCs should technically pull ahead. Fire, where is he building his? Not yet. Still collecting some more stone. Oops, and I hear the first kill of a monk. Ripperino for him. Kongs are out on the map. Do we have a monastery for BacT? No, not really. any upgrades. Dodging those shots beautifully. Military count, somebody even. Scout still active. And yeah, as I said, better relic positioning for BacT makes it tricky for Fire to really collect those efficiently. We'll get number 2 though. It's better if Fire banded Civ for BacT. Better for who? And ban what civilization? It's kind of complex. There were a lot of people discussing sites over sites on AoE zone, trying to come up with a fair ruling there. Well, BacT said he didn't see the civilization, but technically he had the advantage of seeing the civilization, yeah. So just letting him pick one of the allowed 5 ones was absolutely no option. He had to be punished by either losing the map or probably, yeah, picking, well, just getting one of the other civilizations, I believe. Oh, losing that one. Building some clever houses, I believe. And picking up relic number 3. So picking relic number 2 up over here. So the 2 ones close to BacT left. BacT saw that though. He's trying to intercept. 2 more monks out. 2 TC is running. 3rd TC will be started pretty soon. And we see BacT with the monastery will probably get 2 relics himself. Maybe even 3, we will see about that. BacT now with wheelbarrow as well has a nice boom advantage. And, well, I mean, more fair just for the game. Fire bans its Civ for BacT from the draft. Well, and what Civ is he picking then? Or is he winning the map? How will he handle this in the future? Be around for all games that are coming for NAC2? Yeah, this was the only game I missed because the initial schedule was 4 GMT as well. This time I'm awake at 4 GMT because it feels like they need a lot of babysitting. Broke the rules in like 3 regards. Didn't play match stats, didn't play MQ, and picked the wrong civilization. So a lot of stuff not going to plan. According to plan. Let's take a look. Fire. He could take a good engagement if he got 2 conversions off. Let's take a look here. Those 2 Kongs over would be nice as well. +1 defense now for BacT. Will that be enough? Survive the 4th shot, I'm not really sure. Has the hill advantage now. Gets 1 kill. Monks should do something. I can see 1 conversion. 2nd conversion not really flying in, and oh, both losing the faith. So he double clicked or clicked both monks on the same Kong there. Not the greatest move, but beautiful save by Fire of this one in exchange. And well, BacT now going back and researching husbandry. Lovely stuff for him so that he can outrun Fire at all times. Difference in villagers at the moment 10. And well, wheelbarrow on the side for BacT for sure. Fire has wheelbarrow as well. Doesn't even have loom yet. And since they might be starting with the live games in some minutes, I think I will play this with a bit of a higher speed. Might look weird for you guys, but at the moment, as long as nothing is happening, we will just speed it up a bit. You should see everything rolling. BacT with 2 relics and 10 more villagers, so good start for him in that regard. Extra gold spots. We have 1 to the left hand side, 1 to the right hand side. Kind of fair, I'd say. Fire 600, 800. Okay, we will go back to normal speed. 1 headshot here. And BacT can click up any second as well. Villager difference stays at 10. And Fire will click up in 1-2 minutes as well. We will continue speeding this up simply to jump into the live games once they start. How hard would it be to cast games at this speed? Well, you would just miss a lot, right? It just completely speed run, and it would take a lot of the joy of the game, right? Because like intense micro battles can't really be casted. It's just full power mode. I think I'd be relatively good at it, especially if I think if I can do it in my native language, I think I'd be a solid speed caster. In English, I just F up too much. 3 TCs only, still 10 builds behind against the guy who's going 4 TCs. Has some idols here, untypical. Go back T. Second castle over here as well. And now, sometimes it is decided who has more rams in those Spanish wars as well. Fire buys some more food. No siege from him just yet. Goes over to the right hand side. That's kind of risky, honestly. Block printing from BacT, so both of them will add some monks. Want to see Inquisition, obviously. Geography, and well, let's take a look if we see an engagement. +4 defense by both of them. Let's take a look. That's not really a fight Fire can take. Conversions now flying in from behind. He needs to take the engagement now. That's only 2, 3 conversions. 5 conversions I can see. Oh god, that was really well done by Fire. That's 5 conversions here. That's something I didn't expect. Really well done, and still has 1 monk around 12 range, so helping out so much. And that looked like he had Inquisition. They were really flying in, and suddenly military count 30 to 20, 10 villagers difference, and now some return conversions here. Okay, only 1, and Fire, he keeps chasing. All those villagers died apparently under the castle. Where did they go? Okay, 1 over here, none going back. Where did all the villagers die? Or is he just going back? Tough to say. Fire soon can go up to Elite Conquistadors. Let's take a look. I indeed wanted to see what the market prices are. Wood at still 70 to sell. So good prices for him for sure. And therefore can allow himself to get to Elite Conquistadors. Traps could be the next option, or the next step. We'll go for siege as well though. Actually goes for TC number 5. Still some gold control, but Viper, I mean saying Fire is coming around. Should snipe every single villager here. Nice pick off there. Secret shop number 3, and that's a nice denial. Well, 1 villager will finish the TC anyways. BacT on the other side, 300 food only for him. Really going for siege ram, stays on Conquistadors, not a lot of monks for him. Goes for some side attacks. Maybe spotted by Fire. Let's take a look. Yeah, sees that. And now I'm expecting the ram go through the center. 10 more villagers still for BacT. That didn't change for ages. Siege ram upgrade might be really nice. A lot of monks around as well. Nili has a crush on Viper. Yes. Description for Fire. Let's take a look. Has enough food to get siege ram any second here, Mr. BacT, and indeed is researching it now. Will lose that 1 siege workshop here at the front, or is he? Fire is taking the engagement. Elite Conquistadors against Elite Conquistadors. In the back, 9 monks. If they get proper conversions, this might be another good fight for Fire, but they are far back for now. No more rams at the moment coming forward. At the moment, this is 4 rams against none. I can see 2 conversions, 3 conversions, something like that here. Maybe even 4 conversions. A lot of monks still in the back, and all of them losing their faith. 2, 3 still having some left. Military count now 35 to 53. Fire. 7 population ahead. Villagers behind slightly, but got all the rams now, and suddenly he has the ram advantage, and BacT, he ran out of steam. Castle over here didn't go for that stone. Fire only switched to a second stone just now as well. And those monks in the back, they can help out so much. Let's take a look. He is going for another wave of conversions. Build for Mr. BacT. Does he even have the resources? Yeah, looks solid. So could maybe go for some, and we still are getting some solid conversions. Military count now 53 to 25. He's doubling the military numbers here. Rams moving forward, trying to soak some of the damage, as we can see. But Conquistadors, they have extra damage against the Rams, so do more than the only one that they normally do. Monks in the back, just such a lovely addition. 57 military to 23, and he's just going for it now. Want to see maybe 1-2 traps added here from Fire. Let's take a look. Okay, I can see 1 trap. That's a good start. And also the switch into light cav here. Conquistadors for him, or at least 60 military. Conquistador number is at 44. That's pretty solid. Raid some here at the side, raid some over here. That will get stopped though. And now Rams moving in. Inquisition only now from BacT. Oh no, he cancelled it to get Supremacy, so didn't really get any upgrades there. Let me quickly check if Fire has it. I think he did. Yes, Inquisition. Improved conversion times. Sweet stuff, and that really helped him out, as we saw in those earlier engagements. Still double military count. That castle has to go down. Some Rams are trying to come over, but shouldn't really do much. Supremacy is now finishing any second, but will it be enough? Not really. Can fight off against Rams a bit better, but that might not be the greatest thing. Do I still have language? Yes. As a comment. And Beelzebub the Stout is now playing deathmatch. Sick. Oh man, those guys. Well. Favor now for Fire as well. 73 military, 40 military ahead. Fire is max out here and is now going for the castle. Already got one of them. That brings BacT down to 4. Where is his fourth castle? Oh, back here. Okay. Masonry now for him on the way. 4.8k HP on that one, but it has to be going down. Yeah. This is 2.5k. 4.8 was the one in the back. And he's pushing in like a madman. Still max out against Pop 180. This looks pretty good for Fire, and he's getting all the conversions from the back as well. Look at that, still getting some in here. Fire is pushing in for the kill. 40-minute game here, and this feels like BacT is running out of chances to defend this properly here. More traps moving forward any second, at least I hope so. And he gets so many villagers. Yeah, they obviously have some fighting machines there, but shouldn't really matter against that amount of elite conquistadors, and you always need to click them as well. Some side attack here at the left hand side could be annoying as well, and Mons, they will do a beautiful job of healing up all those. Military count 65 to 8. Maybe you can count 125 villagers there at military force as well, but probably not. And G to the G, BacT gives up game number 1, and well, that's why Fire is leading the series 1-0 out of his point of view. We are taking a look into the achievements and then jumping directly into the live games. Way better KD, greater army, and yeah, I think just the addition of the monks there in the mid castle fight were so good for him, and sweet stuff for him. Fire joining the room. I do not see BacT yet. Let me take a look at my messenger. Tyrant BacT, send invitation. New Dark Ages 1. Thanks for your Prime. Good morning, Nili. Good morning to you as well. It'd be cool if people pointed out the NHC fundraising of their cast games. Would be nice. Indeed. GPMT. Thank you so much as well. 2 months of support. Cream soda. Interesting. Zero one already? Yes. Do you like tacos? Let me take a look at tacos. I think I don't like tacos. Yeah, I prefer quesadillas and quesadillas. Yeah, I prefer quesadillas. Like quesadillas, burritos, tacos, and then nachos. Out of that area of food. It's not bad, but I like the crunchiness doesn't really fit for me. Every time you kind of break the bread around, everything in the middle falls out. And that doesn't happen with quesadillas or a burrito. Just watched the NAC2 trailer again. Who made it? Baron UKF and J-Rad. Okay, BacT's around. Thought it was 4 GMT. Yes. That was 8 minutes ago. Can you show the TIFF draft? We will take a look at it any second. Tacos are not traditionally hard shell? I thought so. Okay, if tacos are like... Are they like... Okay, let me do the settings for them. Intensive. If they're like soft shell, then they're pretty similar. Then they're just open quesadillas, right? Make sure to play MQ. Ah, crunchy. Okay, then I just ate like all of my tacos I ever ate were hard shell. Or crunchy shell. Can't fire remove a strong tip for another map. That's indeed what he should be doing. Okay. I will ask. Doubt if we cast together. I am expecting a yes there. Now that I'm his new god. Nili, how far would you have to travel for AoE event? I'm making an AoE event in my apartment, so I need to walk like 5 minutes. Fire doesn't have the draft anymore. People are so bad, man. I obviously have it. I just sent it to him. Okay. Did I say 5 minutes? I wanted to say 5 meters. Okay, guys. So we are in the situation that we are looking into rehydration now. And I'm not even sure what Fire picked. But he can, I think, remove Portuguese pretty nicely. So that BacT doesn't have a single water TIF anymore. In general, BacT's TIFs are pretty bad, right? We have Japanese for rehydration for BacT, Chinese for Eldorado, Hans for Prairie, then I'm not a big fan of his Acropolis Civ. And his Medi Civ isn't really around. He probably is going Japanese for Medi. And then rehydration. Okay, rehydration he plays in Mezzo Civs. Yeah, so those are the banned civilizations. And BacT picked Malians for rehydration before he realized. Taught you. That one was not allowed. Fire, could you tell us your civ, same as last time, and BacT's civ, please. I want to know the theory behind each civ on each map. A lot of people don't have the biggest of plans. But yeah, that would be better. Oh god, I'm spectator chat. That obviously makes 0 sense. Fire, could you tell us your civ, same as last time, and BacT's civ, please. Okay, I have, okay, Fire is going Chinese for rehydration. Okay, that makes 0 sense that he's going Chinese instead of an Eldorado. Okay, and he pinks Franks. Okay, make sure to have MQ. Good luck, have fun. Okay, let's take a look into that. So, he is picking Chinese for himself, which makes 0 sense. They're the best civ for Eldorado. Pwah. That's just really bad. And he bans Franks for BacT, which are strong on potentially Prairie and Acropolis. So BacT has to be happy with that ban. The mirror match, the first game was Castedrek. Interesting. Interesting. So they're losing up. What's the biggest NSC expenses? Flight tickets. It's basically all of them cost around 5k. The flight ticket for 12 people. The hotel for 10 nights for 12 people. And the prize pool of 5k. That's roughly all around that. Let me see. I did the math. What did I? So I did 5k prize pool, hotel 4.5k, flights 6k. So it's roughly all in that area. But yeah, technically flights are the most expensive one, yeah. Those games are life. Maybe Fire is trying not to be too harsh. Would be absolutely stupid. Your subs should show on the chat. Poke no? They do. Doubt you. I see it. B-Ball Skater 333. Visa costs money. Yeah, most people won't need visa, right? It's likely that we have 6 or 7 Europeans. Nicov is Italian. He doesn't need a visa. Wait, are you flying them to Germany for NAC2? My friend, this is a tournament happening in my apartment. Maybe you want to watch the VODs of NAC1. This is happening here. Yes, in my apartment. All the players, all the casters. 5k prize pool, and we will play for 9 days straight. And we will have a big meet and greet with all the players. Today you learned. And that's why it costs so much to fly all of them around the world. Not sure if I can continue this 2-hour friendship we started. Fire even putting spectator to 2 minutes 30 seconds. So going for the serious thing. Do you just need the work visa if you win money? What? Did you give a serious prediction? Not yet. It's a tricky one. Think the civs are better for fire? Should have a good win on... Oh, Portuguese against Japanese is tricky now. Double Miso, which shouldn't perform too well against Slav Spanish. Don't really see where he plays Britons. Think fire 4-2. Maybe even 4-0. 4-1. I said fire 4-1. He's playing a lot at the moment, very motivated. But BacT performed so well in ECL as well. Aye. Oh, it's so tough to call, guys. Could be 4-1 for BacT as well. Like, that would surprise me the most, obviously. But... Europe, you won't get taxed for prize pool. I think it depends on what your profession is, right? Viper will need to tax the prize pool. Because he's a professional. Yeah, Viper is taxing them. I think TaToH should as well. I would be surprised if TaToH pays real taxes. Jordan has a full-time job, he shouldn't really tax that if he makes it in the money. In Germany only gambling is not taxed. That's not true. I needed to pay taxes for my poker winnings as well. But I obviously had like big 6-digit cashes. Okay. Then welcome the second time here. We are now jumping into game number 2. We had all the drama with the Civ picks, Fire, Rehydration. His pick is Chinese and he picked BacT, or for BacT, Franks. Kind of interesting pick, but we will see about that. Now jumping directly into game number 2 here, the first live game of the day, and we're looking into Rehydration, a map that a lot of people might not know, guys. We're starting with 2 camels that could scout. They have a very small area of scouting though. And I asked out if he wanted to co-cast. He didn't answer. Surprise! And BacT, let's take a look what he will do. He goes to the side. The whole map around is, well, blessed with a lot of shorefish. So we should be seeing a lot of mills here. Do you get to write off business expenses in Germany similar to US? Yes, absolutely. Poker is not gambling, but I understand people take it that way. Well, there are a lot of different approaches, right? I'd say it's not gambling. It has elements of gambling. It's tricky. The state wanted money from me. That's the most important thing. This map is so good. Why is it so rarely used? Well, it was only designed for the last ECL stage. So it's kind of warm still. It didn't exist, I'd say, like 3-4 months ago. Same as for Rift Island. And I like both maps and wanted to have them tested out. Even Viper said he wants to see that one. And I will even do changes for the NAC, or for the second qualifier map pools. I will probably get rid of Mediterranean and add islands. Or Archipelago. I think Archipelago might be a good option. Bundesland considers poker in special cases not as gambling, if I remember correctly. Well, special cases. I'm special, but I might not be a special case. It is a tricky scenario, and it's tough to find a good ruling at the moment. Obviously, I feel like I'm in the bad position. Did fire? Oh, missed those. And he's scouting a lot, and BacT, he's walling quite early here. Interesting style. Wants to be safe, and is one villager... Okay, 2 villagers behind, roughly. Or is he? Fire. Yeah, roughly 2 villagers, because Fire has Loom. So kind of okay. Fire missed 2 of his sheep. Over here and over here, so in total 4. Will Golden Hill be on the list? Yes. Orange is invisible. On this map, yeah, I can see. Let's go for red then. I really like to give the players an identity, but on this map it's just tricky. I'm considering redefining friend-foe colors, so that we always have one like very good visible friend-foe color setup, but I still don't really know which one it should be. Maybe it's even teal and purple. I think that it is so unnatural, but those colors are potentially really good. Okay, what is the strategies of our 2 players here? Fire will play pop 22 or something. Remember that pop 22 means basically pop 23, because those camels do not count into the population. Is Nili going to bed or waking up? What? I stayed awake. No color suit everyone. Yeah, that's true. Red blue is the best for land maps, but for water maps, blue isn't the greatest color. Okay, both with a very similar timing. Fire now ahead by 3 villagers. So good start by him. Pretty impressed. Pretty impressed by that. And walling off a lot, as we saw before. BacT is walling off the whole front area as well. Already mill number 3. I personally like to see the mills a bit further away. Like this distance is good, but here I believe this mill could have been over here as well. I'm curious how this will be played out. Obviously, Indians by far the best civilization here. Could optimize villagers a bit more. Barracks now coming up, and he's leaving himself a gap. I'm expecting... Oh, he's sending a 3rd villager? Now that's weird. He already has a 2nd villager here. Why would he send a 3rd one? BacT blocking here, but he doesn't even have a barracks, I believe. BacT, did he already lose one of his camels? BacT lost a villager. Guys, BacT lost a villager. He still has both of his camels and has -1. So he lost a villager against an elephant. Do we see still the dead body? Not really. Okay, sorry for missing that. I thought that wouldn't happen on this level. In this late stage of this kind of important tournament, right? Could be the biggest tournament win for either of them. If they make it into, yeah, a deep phase of the offline finals. Stable from both players. Is that really the scenario Fire wants to go in for though? Scouts against the Franks player. He's completely walled. BacT at the same time only walling the front. Oh, but now going for stone. Interesting. Or at least one stone gate. Fire with yet another mill. BacT scouting that north area. Not happening too much. And Fire, he already saw the stable. Now sees the stone walls as well. And probably won't be too happy. Will have an easy kill against that camel. It's not too important though. No transition. Oh, I want to say no transition into gold, but actually already 2 on gold. Not sure if that's going to be archers with that villager and that house. I wouldn't be surprised if he builds. Okay, goes for the gate first, and only 2 scouts. That will be a very early transition into Castle Age here. Both kind of walling up, blacksmith already coming, and then he might go on to double stable or something, and will be up faster than BacT, I believe, because BacT is struggling with getting gold. Maybe market could help out, balance out his economy. For now, he only has 4 on gold, goes for more obviously, but his transition not really fast enough. Fire a bit faster there, and although he has less food, should be in a better spot, at least. That's what I believe. Will be completely walled, and then we have to raise the question, who has the better army in Castle Age or Late Imperial Age? Is it the Chinese or the Franks? Halberdier Chukunu will be tough to counter for BacT. And camels in Castle Age should provide Fire with some safety there as well. Not a single farm, something I absolutely love, and that takes away a lot from the Franks, right? 1729 Castle Age timing here after building some scouts and playing a very early uptime. That really shows you how efficient those sawfish here at the edge are. 5 military for both, running around a bit, and he should lose every fight. BacT with the solid time as well, 18-8, and he should have a lot of food in the bank, right? Oh no, 80 food only. Okay, goes for the gold mining upgrade, and that's a pretty good fight here for Fire. Gets 1 kill, 1 spearman against 1 scout. Has to be fine for him. Just trying to take a lot of map vision away. BacT now tries to go over to his own spearman. Do we have any production? Stable number 2 added. On the other side, we have 1 stable. The big difference though is BacT, he's completely stonewalled. Has to feel somewhat safe, but his boom will be bad. Oh, he gets a hit here. Gets a second hit here. Oh, yeah, that should not have happened. And, well, then we will see. Look at the resources of Fire. That's just ridiculous. We'll get 1 kill here. Spearman around still. Okay, those have enough resources, or enough HP though. Franks players should have committed Scout Rush. Well, how do you Scout Rush against all those walls, my friend? He could not have done anything, so he needed to transition into Castle Age. You know, Viper mentioned about breaking into walls and trying to kill the TC because you have no builds at your TC. Not sure if he was messing around or not. This was when we were talking about Dry River, right? But here it's kind of the same, and well, it is an option for Dry River. Here it's just not important to lose some of your villagers. Look at that, how much you can farm. Or how much you can mill. Think you shouldn't farm till like mid Castle Age or something. Monastery from BacT, Monastery also from Fire. So far not a lot of kills, and we will see a very heavy eco game for sure. 2 extra TCs for Mr. Fire, and BacT at the other side. He is 5 on stone. Is he maybe transitioning into X-Men? That's too much for a normal TC boom approach. Do they overdo on woods? Looks like standard wood income, but no farms needed. What? Oh, forging here and bloodlines. Might win against no forging, no bloodlines. 54 HP here. And BacT, he goes for the heavy boom approach. One single monastery. This is production. I think fire needs to go onto... Oh, get the kill? No. I think fire needs to go onto siege workshop. Or just continue the full boom. At the moment he's not doing anything with his camels. But maybe just add the force CC. Is expanding over here as well. Lovely job there. And now, what is this? He should go back, I believe. Okay. Can collect all relics now, though. Let's take a look. What did he scout? Scouted only 2 of them. This one here and this over there. Not scouted for him. And that is behind the walls of BacT, so he will never get that one. Could be maybe 2 for relics. I think maybe even up to 4. Yeah, he goes for more. And even added a scout for more scouting. Has 4, or I believe like 3 monks. I think he should get a lot of those relics. Is 1 villager ahead even. BacT goes for more monks. And that looks indeed like a transition into X-Men. Fire TC number 4 as well. And still abuses all the side of the map. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I absolutely like how they're approaching this. BacT obviously didn't need to get any farm upgrades, so farming here isn't the worst thing, but still could have had 5 more villagers on the shorefish for now. What good tip for Eldorado's fire have? That's a good question, my friend. That's why I thought he'd pick Chinese for Eldorado. I think he might go for Mesotif. Incas are still pretty good, I believe. BacT is building the castle, wants to be safe over here, and that will be a very natural transition into him then. I think going for any castle army makes 0 sense, and he shouldn't build any more monks, if you ask me. It's somewhat of a shame that fire isn't going for more of the relics. But look at that, how active he stays with his scouts here and how much he sees from the map. Tries to run around here. A bit surprised that he isn't really going for the relics. Wheelbarrow was laid by both of them. Sees the castle in the back here. Now fire bought 100 stone and gets his own castle up. Monks finally running. At least one. Tries to scout the side areas, and this is a very passive game here, guys. 7 to 5 kills in a 25-minute game with 80 population. I think he has Aztecs and Incas. But we can take a look at that pretty soon. Do we have vision of that relic? Not really. Oh, sent 2 monks. Oh, that one will be sad. So close and yet so far. Hard to break stone walls with huge investments. Yeah, that's what both are realizing, and that's why we see such a heavy boom game. The question though is still, what are our compositions going to be? And I think Chukunu Onagers will be very tough for BacT to stop. Maybe he goes on to Bombard Cannon, Onager, Halberdier or something. I don't see Paladins being effective. Skirms, pretty tricky as well without Bracer. Maybe X-Men, Bombard Cannon? I think that might be the best choice. This map is too slow, wouldn't want to see it in an offline tourney. Well, you should see the other maps that we had the other days. We had some 15 minutes games on this map as well. This is by far the most passive game we have seen on this map. What time is it in Germany? 5:36 AM. Germany is GMT +1 at the moment in winter. But yeah, I think the map could be better if it was a bit less wood. Fire goes for light cavalry. Okay, what are the army compositions? Chukunu. Husbandry, no, yeah, barracks usage. So it will be Chukunu light cav. On the other side we have BacT with Onager, X-Men. Interesting, guys. Oi, oi, oi. I'm not up early. I stayed awake. I already played 2 hours of deathmatch games against TaToH and BacT. TaToH and BacT, TaToH and MBL. Okay, similar villager count. Fire with 4 TCs, not really producing anymore. Or is that 5? No, that's 4 TCs. We have 4 TCs for BacT as well. Completely even game at the moment. It all comes down to army compositions, and yeah, I think Chinese have to be more efficient. Okay, Orange attack now. Chukunus aren't too bad against oranges. Spread around, you can really get some kills. Let's take a look. Camels. I really want to fight under the castle there. First trap out. And where do we see the X-Men? Not around. BacT is only going for Onager Monk. Oh, he goes for hand cannoneers. Now at the barracks. So that might be halberdiers. I don't really know what the plan is for BacT here. Okay, Onager attack now. Do we see the light cap at it? Camels for now. Oh, nice ground attack. Sees the Onager attack. Goes back now. Oh, so doesn't really want to take this engagement. That was pretty horrible for him. Okay, now goes and tries to fight this off. Is getting one Onager, loses all his camels though. That was horrible for Fire here. Oh god, that was brutal. And now eats 3 conversions. Oh, that was so bad. Okay, but gets, oh, a big shot against him as well. That was a very bad minute for Mr. Fire here in BacT suddenly. I wanted to say that is really a horrible play by him. But he got the conversions, he got the hits in there. And Fire, well, he's not in some troubles, but could have looked so much better for him, for sure. When using your barracks with units Q, do you lose the resources of the units too? No. You get the full refund. That wasn't even a ground attack. I think it was just a right click, right? Fire just split and then stood. Okay, light cav, took a new non-elite. Upgrade on those light cav, +1 attack, that was it. Whew. 2 gold spots open as well. Full refund, yes indeed. Fire dodging the ground attacks here. Oh, nice light cav control with the side. Heavy plow only now. Goes for the barracks. Where do we have the conversions? Light cav. Chasing down and will obviously snag all the monks now. I think he might want to run here. Can he really do anything? Oh, well, he can die. And BacT is attacking 2 paladins behind that. Bought himself a lot of time. Surprised that he didn't go for an even heavier boom. And let's take a look. Oh, TaToH. Fire. Only 2 barracks, no upgrades. He might get caught off guard here. Having a beautiful map control though. Absolutely loving that. And he will have 4 relics as well. Against 0 relics of BacT. Extra gold spot over here. Fire did see that one. Has 4 traps out now. Let's take a look. Bombard cannons trying to get some snipes done here. TaToH trying to chase down the front though. Another castle. Not the greatest range. I think BacT should really benefit from getting fletching here. Oh, he is researching it now. That's sweet for him. The light cav. They're doing wonders against the bombard cannons. First castle is going down and... well, Fire should know this guy. He only showed 5 onagers and 3 bombard cannons. There has to be a bigger plan for him. There has to be another tech switch or a mass amount of like ram onager or like harbor the onager at another point. Fire handcart. Finally +4 defense for his light cav. And what does he see? Doesn't see more. Oh, he saw more stables. The light cav scouted everything. He should know everything now. But only barracks. Monks not really getting anything done. They should go to the front. TaToH not with the greatest upgrades. Big push over here. More stables. Fire is playing this somewhat cost efficiently. Uh-oh, but he will lose a lot against all the incoming paladins. That only have +1/+1 though. So TaToH, they will do okay-ish. BacT short on gold. Not having gold income over here anymore. Really blocked off the right hand side and those 2 gold spots are open. Light cav are now moving in. Fire, let's take a look. What does he see? And he sees all the paladins. Now I want to see a reasonable reaction. Is moving back. Traps should go back as well. TaToH more to the front. Is researching rocketry. Is researching 2 and 2. Men at arms. Okay. Interesting reaction. Misclick there. Obviously wanted to click pikeman. And is going for rocketry. Getting a lot of upgrades all of a sudden. And going for heavy camels. So he will have an answer there. A very mobile one as well. Some more shenanigans over here at the top. And look at the map control of Fire. Just beautiful stuff here for sure. Heavy blow for, I believe, a 2nd time now. Is this just a leader siege workshop? Interesting. Camel numbers have to go higher though. If he really wants to fight off that army. BacT now moving out. Still no any real like super committing engagements just yet. Halberdiers could be the better option when it comes to gold efficiency. Camels obviously better when it comes to mobility. Maxed out Mr. Fire against Pop 160 BacT. Let's take a look. An okay shot against the first bunch of TaToH. I think he can fight this now. Camels. Does he want to take this engagement? Monks in the back getting some conversions as well. This is, I believe, a very bad fight here for BacT. Let's take a look. One is a shot, not connecting with the TaToH. 2 conversions here against the paladins, and now Fire is pushing this in. This looks very good for Fire if you ask me here, and well, TaToH just raining down from distance. BacT is GGing this without a real fighting chance, and poof, that was a weird play by BacT, and I think this doesn't work. Frank's late game against Chinese. You simply have no answer to TaToH with Halberdiers or Camels in front, Monks behind that. All the map control, didn't have any relics. I think BacT needed to play something more aggressively in Feudal Age. Maybe in Castle Age, but certainly in Feudal Age. And quite an easy game for Fire here in my perspective. Yeah, the scouting was pretty nice as well. Might have been by accident, but also could have been to find out what the F was going on. And BacT having the exposed gold spot didn't help him out. didn't really build a castle here to protect this gold spot, and then it gets tricky. BacT with a better KD against Chukunus and Camels, but yeah, Fire just having the larger army, some raisings there, all the gold control, and a lot of map vision. Really love that, how he abused that, and the 4 relics working well for him for sure. BacT left. Let's hope he's coming back. Maybe just restarting his PC. T90 salute. Fire shirtless in Nili's apartment. Believe it. Well, we'll see. It's still Winchester who has something against that, and a guy coming from the loser brackets. Nili muted? No, I'm not muted. ACCM and BacT joining the room, so maybe some moral support there. And we will take another look at the remaining civilizations. So it's no more Franks, no more Chinese. Our next map will be Eldorado, Prairie, Acropolis, Medi. Kind of reserved civilizations for Medi are Japanese and Portuguese, at least in my book. So we'll have to spread the other 3 civs out. So probably Acropolis Slavs, Britain's Prairie, Spanish Eldorado, not happy with that at all. Eldorado Incas, Prairie Aztecs, Hans Acropolis. I'm not crazy with those as well. I think the TIF picks aren't the greatest, guys. We're missing a lot of strong civilizations. But well, we have Mongols, Mayans banned, obviously, Indians banned, Berbers banned. No one went for Italians. So weird. No Malians, no Magyars. We have Acropolis and Prairie. They're missing Teutons. Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't Franks be nuts on Prairie? Well, now he can't pick Franks. Maybe that's why Fire gave the Franks to him. Labing is pretty much impossible on Prairie, I believe. Tough on Acropolis. Impossible on Eldorado as well. Yeah, laming won't really be an issue here. Okay, spec delay. Didn't even start yet and they have 2.5 minutes delay. So I will take a quick safety piss. Can you tell us something about Prairie? In 2 maps, we can talk about it a bit more. Flat map, 2 scout start, extra gear and board at the side. Why Viper not playing 1v1 ECL? Because you can only play twice. And there are 4 1v1 stages. So they have to carefully think where to put him. And they already put him once. So you can only play one of the next 3 1v1 tournaments. And they decided for TaToH and TaToH this time because Viper was traveling for 3 weeks. He was in Germany and Italy. But what about the OP fish naming on Eldorado? Maybe. Staying up to watch this series. Keep up the good work. I will try to. Thank you so much for your support. Which one of your Germanic forefathers do you self-identify as? Goth, Teutons, or Franks? Teuton. Teuton. Very easy. Still no lunchy, so time to ask more questions if you have any. Nili, God bless you for putting together the best players in the world on a LAN. You're a god. Not a god, but thanks. Funny, I'm currently reading a book about the Teutonic Knights. Are you the DM department for Heresy? I'm not sure if Heresy has a DM department. Need time to sitting down perfectly with the music. Is that so? I obviously have a small camera delay, so can't really do that. Oh, long question. Do you consider civ pools per map for NAC2 like ECL? There must pick from a smaller set of civs. We ended up the same civs set almost in all later games in NAC1. For example, some civs just never get picked, like Saracen's Persian, Vietnam, Khmer, etc. Not entirely sure it's a great idea, but want to hear your thoughts. I can give you two thoughts on that. I wanted to do that and wanted to give them civs that they had to pick, but players said they didn't want that. There is some balancing issues. Like I wanted to have, we have 15 group stage civs, and I always wanted to draw 2 out of them. And just Viper against MBL, and then they had to play Khmer and Portuguese in that matchup. And then we had another TaToH against TaToH. They had to pick Slavs and Aztecs and other civs with that. But they said it is kind of unfair because some people are more uncomfortable with unknown civs. And yeah, we're a great fan of the idea. So that won't happen. And good news for you, we will have the playoffs best of 9, so there will be a lot of change, and the finals best of 13, so we will see a lot of civilizations. Trust me on that. Did you wake up in the middle of the night, or are you still awake from yesterday? Still awake. Nili, made out, bless you for NAC. Best of 13! Oh! Maybe it's best of 11. We will see. But I think we are going with best of 13. I enjoyed watching the players perform at the highest level possible. So if that means they get to pick the best civ in the game, that guarantees the best play possible, so I support free picks. That was one of the arguments as well, yes. Yeah. Okay, BacT needs to reboot his PC, so civilizations will be Aztecs and Britons. Not best of 21, well, it is a one-day offline final. What would you think of a civ auction instead of the civ draft? What do you mean? Well, we won't have any mirrors on loop. But yeah, I know that you weren't happy. Do you consider making researches like botkin arrow and scale botting armor, etc., as we already know doubt wins things easily, and I'm just trying to not say anything coherent. Thank you so much. Then I will give you 10 minutes to come up with another creative idea. Are you aware that Fire will only fly first class in the qualifiers? You should ask for more donations. I'm not aware of that. And if he wants to book first class, he will pay the difference from the normal flight I'd give him. Like 100 points to pick civs and mines end up getting 50 points bid, Saracens 1 point bid. No. It's impossible to have that balanced. Especially like on different maps, right? Different map pools. Doesn't work. If we have only one civ, then that could make sense. Do you think that anybody can become a top level player of the game with tons of practice, or do you think player like me will never play like Viper, no matter how I try? I think like Viper is dedication plus talent, but I think like doubt, MBL, my level, you can do it without talent, just play a lot. Thanks for your coaching, I will win NAC3. Looking forward. Technically, it's a restore, but oh god, I'll spec chat. Technically, it's a restore, but new is fine as well. Anyone can get 2k easily. Yeah. You need 0 talent to get 2k. Nili, are you afraid that one of the apartment players will refuse to leave since you make it so comfy for them? Would be a nice compliment, but no. How can these guys screw up settings every single time? I think they didn't screw up here. I think BacT had a computer issue. He needed to restart his PC. First price 5k? No, first price is 10k. I think the spread will be 2k, 1200 for second. I think 600 for third, fourth, 300 for fifth, sixth, 7 and 8 don't get any money. Please remind me who was invited to NAC2 without qualifying. I know TheViper and Jordan were. Exclamation mark NAC2 will help you out to know that it's also Liereyy, MBL, Nicov, and TaToH. Whatever happened to Artscoven? He came back, played some, but obviously has other stuff to focus on in life. Is there a player you consider talented but lacking dedication? Top player that is? Endless amounts. Liereyy, probably the one that hurts the most. Yeah. Probably. Then Mentalist, comes to mind. Let's take a look at the bracket here. Who I could say that for? Winchester, for sure. He doesn't train when there's no tournament. The rest is somewhat active, yeah. Doubt some months ago. Yeah. Nili, do you shed tears over the loss of players like Liereyy, Ding, or Hassan? Ding, yes. Hassan, 0. Liereyy, more is person than as a player. But Ding was sick. Yeah, for sure. You know that Ding got an invite from Tyrant to join them, but he refused. It's the only player to ever refuse an invite from Tyrant. Okay, let's jump into game number 3 here. Finally, we will see Aztecs against Britons being played. And yeah, interesting for sure. We are starting with El Dorado. For everyone who doesn't know this map, we're starting with 2 shawfish around here. That's why you should never push any deer. You should always go for the shawfish and then later push deer, but okay. Maybe some optimization. And we have very little gold and stone, but luckily Daddy Nili has something prepared here in the center for you. An area that is visible at all times. And you cannot build any farms in that sandy area as well. Yeah, POC. There's even one of the main players dying. Pos Eason, I believe. Ding was an incredible player. Might be the best Fortress Chinese player as well that I've ever seen. He was so good on so many levels. Just ridiculous. Great team player. Yeah. What can I say? But all of them stopped playing at some point. It's one thing that you really don't go for any sheep here. Okay, boar now flying in. 4 on wood on both sides, and well, I'm curious what strategies we will see. I expect fire to go for man at arms. I think there's no real way around that. It's just so strong. Why don't people just go for the Marlin before taking literally anything else? Because they are not too clever. It's just habits. Yeah. It's just not optimal. I can see some reasoning because you want to scout later on and you can use your scout to push some deer early on. But resource-wise, if we compare resources now, BacT is ahead by 140, simply because fire is so much more marlin left, and BacT kind of already fished 200 more out of it. Oh, some engagement here though, and BacT might lose that one. Can we see some quick walls? And oi, didn't finish that one. And sweet kill for fire, and only lost 7 HP as well. Big win for him. BacT stealing 2 sheep. Now we have the barracks. And villager on gold now goes for loom. And that looks like pop 22 from fire and pop 21 initially from BacT, but losing 1 villager, and therefore it is pop 20 for him. Is he on gold though? Not the greatest gold spot. What's some here? Is that a skirm defense? What is this gold? BacT. I have no idea. That's so weird. Okay, so fire will have the aggression. BacT and losing early village, then more iconic duo. BacT and pausing. BacT and losing kings. BacT and not following the rules of a tournament. There are some more iconic duos. You have 8 starting sheep on this map. And now sending 2 villagers to the front, and BacT, he will not contest that center area at all. And well, BacT sees the forward. BacT, yeah, scouting there quite nicely. Fire did try to avoid the center area. To not get spotted. Still is completely fine. And now sending some villagers on gold. Maybe forgot about that. Just so much food, man. Has 10 on wood though. Second archery range should be flying in pretty soon. And I will say chat off. You all know the score. Not even going for the man-at-arm upgrade here. Interesting. That's an interesting approach here. It feels so natural to click man-at-arms, and also feels so natural that those 2 villagers should have gone in the center and control that area. Could do so much more damage with the man-at-arm upgrade. But maybe wanted to go on 2 eagles a bit earlier. 1 archer range out. Goes for some skirms. Is having the whole map control in the world here. Let's take a look. First engagement here. And that should be a lost scout for Fire. Why is BacT retreating? Tries to buy himself a bit more time, but he could have won that fight. Huh. Interesting one. Do we have a blacksmith here? Yes, we do. Goes on to Archer Skirm. Second Archer range. No, blacksmith as well here. And farming. Only 1 farm. BacT completely free of farming. It had 10 sheep. So I can see the reasoning for that. And now the first kill after minute 6 or something. Should be quite easy here. Fire tries to do some damage against the archer, does 12 HP damage, and Fire somewhat safe. Now adding a stable as well. Interesting. Okay. So stable archers, that is something I kind of like. Instead of going to castle age transition, Fire, he needs to stay in castle or in feudal age for quite some time as well. For now, only going skirmishes, and Fire, he will be caught off guard by that scout switch here. Archers going around, but should just run into a walled area here. Yeah, shouldn't be able to do too much. All those skirms will die as well. For now, no one really going to the center, and in the end, center really decides who wins. Yeah, a lot of people are playing from internet cafes. I think you need to be like on the richer side to not play on internet cafes. That's why in the old days, they always had to leave. Even if like the series was 2-2 in a best of 5, everyone had to go because like 22 local time, the internet cafe was shutting down. It was really painful. Okay, Fire with a nice defense here. Should have an easy clear up. Think BacT with running out there while he's killing 1 eagle, or is he even killing the eagle? He's surely losing everything. Maybe just running through and trying to catch 1-2 villagers could have been another option. At the same time, scouts are killing this, and that tower is so not needed, man. Think building it in the center would have been the way better option. Skirms are going down, heavy losses on both sides. And... oh, scum protection for Fire. He's now adding some spearmen as well and might get home with some of the skirms. Something I didn't see coming. BacT needs to run back now. Okay. Is he transitioning into something? Skirms for him as well. Farm count not the greatest. Now moves over to some stone. Wheelbarrow for him on the way as well. Maybe ward over that side as well. Maybe a gate. But how about... Oh, he's completely walling himself up. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, goes in. So he wants to go Castle Age. He feels that his uptime will be earlier. And, well, surprise! Some scouts coming over. And that should be one dead villager here. Or at least it will be super annoying. And indeed, one villager down. And that's just so bad that that was open. Obviously tough to spot, but just check with one villager. And there will be more dead villagers here. Let's take a look. What are we seeing? So 2 villagers down, tries to micro a bit more to the side. And, well, just needs to run a bit more. HP, lost a lot here. 2 spearmen and 1 eagle trying to chase down. Make that 3 spearmen. Take a look how effective BacT or annoying BacT can stay. And that's still open, I believe. Guys, I think that is still... No, it's closed. Okay, I'll take that back. Scouts did run around without any hits, I wanted to say, but I see the kill here. And that's a lot of spearmen chasing down. Fire tries to get the walls up, but didn't finish. Then I wanted to say again, but I was wrong twice in 1 minute. Rarely happens to me, but this time it did. And another hit here. Oh god, he takes so much more damage than he should. Okay, but all those villagers are hurt. He should be able to get 1-2 kills here. That one is low. Nice kid. Now go for her potentially. Did he see that? Maybe 16 HP. Didn't get any low HP villagers here. I think he needs to get back into this area. No upgrades. Fire up to Castle Age. As you can see, BacT here with 400, 500. This is the time where he should go for the center. Has enough stone to build several towers. Fire, he will just go for mass eagles. How much gold does he have left? 500. 200 in the bank, so 700 gold. 14 eagles. Nearly math. Comes in the tower. And BacT can click up any second, completely off stone. I don't want to see another tower from him, maybe just the direct castle. Some more walls around here. And then the question is, what is he really going for? Maybe a second stable. And mass knights could be the option. How much gold does he have left? Obviously invested a lot into archers as well. 700 gold for him. 9 knights without any upgrades. Potentially. Or maybe just going back and going for mass archers out of 1 archer range. That doesn't really work. And now he's adding scouts again? Ay, ay, ay. Crossbow light cav from our Brit player. Interesting. Wants to counter the skirms. Mass eagles now going forward. Fire, he has 200 stone. Is he collecting more stone? Not really. Just built 1 outpost. And now goes for the center. Could be pretty nice for him. Fire in a good spot here, I'd say. Did I hear 1400 eagles? I meant to say 14 eagles. $700 gold. Okay, walls up. This is still open though. Scout is running through. Eagles, if they can get in, this will get really dicey for our... Oh, I thought about this being open and there's not a single villager around. This might get tough. Fire could move in. BacT stays somewhat safe for now, and Fire, he might be going for the kill here. Ay, ay, ay. Still open. Scouts losing their lives as well. What is BacT going for? What can arrow on crossbowman? That only had like 40 HP as well. All those under the TC now, and that will be a raid that will be really tough to stop. Building a knight now. Shouldn't be enough. Fire with the center control now. Skirms running through as well. Saves a beautiful crossbowman here. Hit and run should be flying in. Where's the knight? Now out. So microing against the crossbowman. Villagers fighting off the skirms, doing a fine job here. BacT, he will survive this, but lost a lot of the control. And Knights, well, without any upgrades, they won't perform too well against +2 Eagles. Scout and Eagle, no idea what their plan is. Forging for Fire now will get some more kills here as well. And he just continues with the attack. This hole is still not stuffed. Both of them. The front open. But Knight Crossbowman could maybe do something. How much gold do we have left? 260. 180 in the bank. Think he needs to build the castle now pretty soon. Fire with a second TC. Collected some stone. And is on stone at home as well. Both are for him. Eco upgrade. I think BacT needs to make something happen. 2 villagers at the front there. Not really enough if you ask me. Siege workshop. I think a castle needs to go up. Oof. Oh, those are the villagers I want to see. Knights. Goes to the +1 defense. Fire now ahead by 8 villagers, has 3 TCs. BacT plays this 1 TC all in. Sold wood to get to his mangonel. Prices still kind of close. Bought some food, sold some wood, killed a deer. Uh oh, that's an aggressive cast. I think this needs to be replaced 1 or 2 tiles back. Ay, tricky spot where the Eagles went in. Overchop here at the woodland. This will be very costly for him. TC actually attacking skirmishers. Needs to go back with the Eagles. Tries to send some villagers around where the Knights going. Only 3 Knights. Might even lose the fight here. Tricky spot. Mangonel is shooting this off. And yeah, I think this is fine. Oh god, Mangonel. That's pretty ugly for him. Might get the repair on that one though. Not a lot of damage output. Only 6 extra shots, and they both have control over the center now. This is a fight that I believe Fire is winning, especially with all those upgrades rolling for him. Crossman in the back still doing some damage, but those Knights, they need to run. They lost a lot of HP, I believe. Indeed, they did. But now the castle's up, and this will get dicey for Fire, and we rarely see the scenario where both of them are having the center control. Skirms trying to go for more defense. 20 more villagers for Fire. But center control should be in favor of our Vietnamese player here. Or Britain's player from Vietnam. It's called that way. Money camp behind here. Can't see it. Okay, we can see the right edge. TC now over here. Very well protected. Mangonels. He should be pushing this off. And remember guys, there is no other gold on this map except the one you are seeing at the moment. Eagle Rage completely stopped. Now this is walled off. Fighting will only happen in the center. Fire will get a castle up as well. This is pretty good for him. We'll lose some villagers. Crossbowmen and everything positioned around here could be so much better for BacT. I think he could stop this if he just focused. But BacT, he probably doesn't. He should know about the castle. That's just a big misplay. He could have stopped this. Look at all the longboats. All the crossmen, if they just stood over here, could have stopped the whole castle production. And that TC won't really matter too much. Botkin arrow for Fire now tries to be more annoying. The TC will just instantly fall. Now the question is, do we see Pattards? Do we see Eagles? What is the plan from here on? 70 villagers against 47. We have 2 TCs and a good farm eco. Not a lot of rage there. And BacT, he has 2 TCs. The one in the middle won't really be used too well though. Mangonel tries to go for some crazy ground attacks. Didn't really happen. And Eagles will do a nice job here for sure. Tries to go for some more micro. Similar villager count. 20 idols though for Fire. Kind of scrappy. Oh, Fire, that's a horrible fight for you. In range of the castle. Crossman well positioned. He will eat a lot of those though. But still, fighting close to the castle. Not the ideal fight for him. for sure. No ballistics though, and we see BacT is only focusing on stone. Only 3 villagers on gold. Still double hold here at the top though, and quite an inefficient eco. One BacT C, helping him some ways. We'll probably build a castle over here, which shouldn't be able to stop. Okay, wall this off. Can we see some walls? He's going for the repair. Crossman still around. Queues up more villagers. Interesting game here for sure, and this is what I love about this map. The fight for the middle is so important. More crossbows, no longbows. BacT, you want to wall this area? You don't want to wall this, you want to wall the other one. Oh, actually you want to wall both. And he walls both. No, he doesn't! Walls it from the outside again. And this is still open, I believe. Yeah. Oh boy. So weird. Okay, where's the castle? I think over here. He should get it up. Oh, +2 range. Now he's killing a lot of villagers on that golden stone. Could also build it here and just fight it off, castle against castle, HP wise. I think more at the top is better. Oh, but that's a lot of eagles. And there are no more knights. He might not get that castle up. Walling in the villagers could be pretty easy for him. Crossbowman well positioned. Well positioned for sure. Fire even collecting a relic. Something we don't see too often in this map. And oh, the ram go over here. Something I didn't see. And something that BacT didn't see coming as well. G to the G. Fire is taking the 3-0 lead here. And this is looking pretty good for our Brazilian player to go into the winner bracket finals. Okay. What did we see here? A weird one archery range approach. Then he had a lot of aggression with all the scouts. Didn't go for the center. Fire had the full control. And BacT just very late with this transition. Didn't have a lot of good farms early on. Then the knights kind of late. Scouts, they got in. That was pretty sweet. And that was a time where I wanted to see him move out and get some towers up. And then fire. An at-6 player without gold is kind of dead. I feel BacT missed his timing there. KD pretty even, but gold income is the story here. 3k more gold. More than double the whole gold income. And obviously, at-6 with an unlimited amount of gold. Tough to stop. And they are ready for map number 4, Prairie. Secret is a major esport team, yes. Which was the player who decided joining Secret? It was a group decision. So it was all 5 of them. Secret was in the last, like Dota, I think Dota 2. Which is the kind of highest paying tournament, a highest paying esport game. They got like, I believe 5th and 6th for a bit over $1 million in prize pool. So they are a big number in other games as well. They aren't one of the 15 biggest clans, but they're pretty good in Dota 2. How was game 1 and 2? Game 2 was horrible, like to watch. Game 1 was kind of interesting. Yeah. Is BacT going to do the same he did with Slam? Is he coming back again? Let's see. You think another team will possibly pick up AM? There were some teams interested, from what I heard. But couldn't come to a good deal. Also, you said someone got offered to join Team Secret and declined the offer. Who was it? No one. I talked about Tyrant, and that was Ding. Is Jordan still active for Team Secret? Yes. He's playing practice games with them. Okay, then we're out of Britons and out of Aztecs. So we still have Incas and Huns left. It kind of has to be Incas for Prairie, Huns for Acropolis. No, it has to be the other way around. It has to be Huns for Prairie, Incas for Acropolis, Japanese for Medi. And then we have to counter this with Slavs Acropolis, Spanish Prairie, yeah, and Portuguese for Medi. This is just crazy. Ay, ay, ay. What's your favorite map and civ to play? Tough to say. Favorite civ, Portuguese. Favorite map, probably Oasis. Yeah. Is SY also multi-game esports team? No. It's only ZeroEmpires 2. I think it's only ZeroEmpires 2 exclusively. Jordan is active as Schrödinger's cat alive. Interesting. John is clearly an outdoor guy, yeah. He will play more when we're approaching winter. I think he will be very active for the time span of January to March. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Missed 15 years of history. Well, luckily for you, there is AOE2 history. You can take a look at that down below in my highlight section where I go through time. And I think at the moment we are in the year 2003. The first final of TaToH was my last episode. And we're soon starting to go into like bigger team game tournaments. Brigade AOC, thanks for the 200 biddies. The final part of my new PC is arriving tomorrow. You can finally play AOE2 again after like 3 months break. Oh yo yo, must have been brutal. TaToH versus Hassan? No. One of the first finals was the Black Forest tournament, TaToH against Chris. But it was Halen. Hassan is a completely different guy. One of these guys feel it's successful so far. I asked ZeroEmpires that on Talk of the Empire, our talk show, and he said yes. I don't really know. Numbers aren't too impressive, right? Zach said that he is happy with how ECL is going when it comes to viewer numbers. Speculate started, guys. Soon we will jump into Prairie. I believe maybe Slavs. Maybe it's Slavs. I think it has to be Spanish against Huns. Yeah, ECL games live will be really tough. I think that's not possible. There are so many factors that don't allow it. And we will get a live final, yeah. Yes, we will get a live final. With potentially T90 and me. And we will have a live final with T90 and me before that. Some months before that. Okay guys, then we are jumping into another weird Civ pick and another weird game. Game number 4, it will be Mr. Fire here playing the Incas, which I do not understand, against BacT, who's playing the Slavs and keeps Spanish for Acropolis. Isn't that weird, guys? Okay, so for everyone who doesn't know this map, we are starting with 2 scouts, which in this case is 2 eagles. A lot of random deer around. The map is completely flat and we have a lot of extra food scrapped around the map. That's why Mongols is by far the best civilization, but we had that banned before. Nili, well, will we have a live final in February? Forget, you should remind me and the viewers. Oh boy, exclamation mark NAC2 will help you out, because this is the qualification for exactly that live tournament in Hamburg, my friend. $5,000 prize pool. And a lot more good news to come with that as well. With the greatest players in the world, greatest casters in the world as well. Oh, I'm already very excited. 9 days of finals. No, 9 days of offline play. And T90, I'm not sure if you already know it, but at the moment we're planning to make the finals best of 13. Are viewers invited to NAC2? No. There will be a meet and greet though. Saturday evening. And I'm expecting something around 150 to 200 people to attend there. With all the players, all the casters as well. Chat off. Good reminder. Let's go for that. Guys, this is time where you want to put some energy for BacT to give us some more games. If you cheer for BacT, it's time to spam some Nili energy, guys, because it's not looking great for him. He needs to win every single game from here on to keep his dreams alive, to get into the winner bracket finals and to keep himself away from potentially facing TaToH, Miguel, all the great players there in the loser bracket. Stark also around. And, well, would be a really tough task in the winner bracket. Obviously, Winchester is waiting for him. I stayed up late. 4-0 sweep might be an option, though. We will see about that. Civilization, in my books, a bit better here for BacT. If he wants to go for all this farm eco. Let's take a look what Fire is going for. Maybe Eagles and Spearmen will do enough against BacT, who doesn't have the greatest woodline. No restart taken here, as we all know. He has 4 minutes to decide to take a restart if he didn't like the generation of this map. Not shooting the deer with CC might, but seems to be working better. Oh, someone is watching my YouTube videos. Fields Nili, man. Paris' problem is that he hasn't tower rushed once. It's weird, right? How much he plays Man-at-Arms tower forward. And on those maps here, he didn't do that once. But tough on Razorside Fortress, tough on El Dorado, and tough with Franks on Rehydration. Oh, he only shot that ball once, should be going back. Nice block here, Fire with a good overall start so far. And BacT did already loom. It's now clicking up 530 foot without the boar. Oh, did he queue another villager? He had 530 foot. He is missing the mill. He's missing the mill, guys. Oh boy. And that's a horrible mill as well. So super close to the TC. Ideal spot, I believe, is 6 tiles away. Goes pop 23, although he wanted to play pop 21. That's just so bad. Where's the second scout? Over here. So it's not abusing the map at all. Fire will be up faster. Oh, that is just so bad by BacT. And now goes over to the side to get those 2 boars. Ay. BacT in a horrible spot for sure. That should be a lot of pressure coming from our Brazilian. Whew. And BacT, a lot of player always say how good he is and he performed so well in ECL this weekend, but honestly, what was his last really deep one? WCG Maldives. He got 3rd, 4th, I think 4th, right? But that is how long ago? 3 years? And after that, did we ever see a great 1-1 performance by him? Not really. And Fire, he is trying to capitalize on that. Now sends 4 villagers forward as well. And Inca, Man-at-Arms and Towers, that will be deadly for sure. Man-at-Arms upgrade this time instantly, not staying on the militia for now. No walls here. Eagles are around and they will be pretty nasty for sure. Man-at-Arms getting attacked before they have their upgrades finished, and BacT already lost a lot of HP from earlier engagements. That is all ward off, but where is the stable? Nothing to be seen, and well, that's not the greatest mill, right? Over here it could have been so much better, but BacT, he scouted all the deer. Why did he not go over there instead of just going for the 2 lonely boars there? And BacT, does he see the tower? He does not see the tower, guys. Will be pushed away from that woodline as well, and that might be some trap villagers here. Oh yeah, tricky spot. BacT now going up to get some more scouts, and Fire actually with those walls kind of showing himself if it wasn't the perfect spot. Look at that, that's just ridiculous. Now the villagers are jumping in, getting 2 volleys up, 1 villager down here instantly, the other one getting focused, and BacT, he's kind of out of this. Guys, this is, in my books, somewhat over. This villager, 2 more HP, and Fire's getting the kill. 3 villagers down, 4-0 KD, make that 4-1 now. But this is just horrible for BacT. Running out of food here pretty soon as well. GG, 13-minute game. Hoi. That was one of the shorter series. And yeah, poor scouting, poor movement on the food, and overall the Civ pick, well, he had Mongols for this map but got banned there, and that was a very quick 4-0. And I will ask Fire for quick interview. Smiley face. He has to be happy. Obviously, it's kind of late for him as well. He says, sure. And I will just calling you on Discord. So we'll interview him. That was a solid performance by him. And Fire, he just won 4 maps straight. Whew. Okay, Fire will get some water first, and then we will have an interview. That was very dominant. BacT can... okay, they already started scheduling. Let me just do some admin work quickly to get the scheduling done pretty well here as well. So we have now Miguel against BacT. So I will edit that thread. BacT against Miguel. And they want to play Saturday. And well, Fire's around, and I will Let's call him. I will even video call him. Let's see if he answers with video. Unlikely though, I believe. Hello, my man.
Hey, Nili.
Oh boy, that went pretty smooth for you, right?
Yeah, I must say, yeah. I'm happy, can't complain much.
How was your confidence going into that series?
Yeah, well, I was super high. I mean, like, as long as I had a plan, as long as I had a plan, I was super confident. So, especially after the draft, like, he let me pick some saves and like his bans as well, right? I was sure he would ban like Japanese or even Chinese, like for Christ's sake. Like my bands, like actually I was expecting Chinese and Indians, the bands. So he leaves Chinese behind, and I was planning to use Chinese on El Dorado, right? But then he let me pick 2 Meso as well. So, and especially after like considering his sieves, I thought that Chinese would be a good counter, and especially after the on hydration, right after the band pick, everything went better. I must say. Like I knew if I pick like Franks, for example, I would have a counter on Imperial Age. I just need to play safe and wait. And yeah, it worked.
Okay, why did you give him Franks? Because you already picked Chinese?
No, why did I give him Franks?
Yeah.
Because Chinese destroy Franks, man. And also because I had 2 Meso sieves, that's why. So I could use one on El Dorado, right? That's the main issue. I prefer to use Meso on El Dorado. Actually, to be honest, in hydration, Aztecs is really, really powerful as well, but I prefer to play safe. Like I was really sure he would pick like Spanish or Slavs on hydration. I don't know why, but like I would like maybe Britons, but I guess Britons would be a Pico, but still I don't know where Britons fits in the draft though, like on compared to the Maple.
Yeah.
So
I have
I
no
tried to
idea.
be safe. I had the first game already. I had Japanese as well. So yeah, it worked.
Okay, sweet stuff for you. And now you have to play against Winchester.
Yeah,
Another best of 7.
he's playing really well.
Yeah. How do you see the chances there?
Well, I would say it's pretty even. A pretty even game. Could go either way, and I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely hyped.
Okay. Sweet stuff. So you stayed up pretty late. Were you still
Yeah, well,
like playing your A game?
yeah, like yeah. But the thing is that I'm doing this like thank God now it's over because there's no Vietnamese on my way anymore.
Well, BacT could come from the loser bracket, or you
Yeah,
could face BacT.
yeah, true. But like today I wake up like 6 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So I tried to sleep more, I couldn't again. So finally, like after 2 hours trying to sleep, I managed to like rest like 2 hours, and that's it. I couldn't sleep like before the games as well as planned, as always. I always plan to take a nap and I never managed to. So, but
Okay.
I feel good. Like it's not like I was playing ACCM. I feel okay.
Okay.
Especially like when you start winning, you get hyped, right? So you kind of the adrenaline bumps out, and you
Yeah.
don't remember that anymore. Same thing against ACCM, actually, to be honest. When I won the first game, I kind of forgot. Like even though I was super slow and forgetting about stuff, I was not remember. Like I couldn't remember about like how tired I was. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, like,
Sweet
everything
stuff.
worked out for me, right? Like everything I wanted to do. Like
Yeah.
so.
The TIFF draft looked pretty good for you.
Yeah, I think I got every single sieve I wanted. To be honest, like I threw Vipers in the mix. Like to be honest, because I had nothing else. Like I could have picked Milans maybe. But then like he bans the Berbers. Why? Like it's a good civ, but it's not the best in any particular map, right? So I
It's
was
not,
happy.
yeah.
You can
Like
do it.
Berbers
It
makes sense
can
if
work.
he has like Magias, Franks, Hunts.
Yeah, exactly. So he got only Spanish and Mongols, and I banned Mongols, right? He had the chance because that was his last ban, so he could ban something else, and yet he picked Berbers, and I was super happy because I was scared. Like when I saw Portuguese as well, I wasn't that worried as well because even though if like he bans Japanese, for example, I would be fine. Portuguese is good, but it's not that good. Got some good bonus, but like it's not like Japanese, for example. Japanese is just but yeah.
Why didn't he go for Italians instead of
Yeah,
Portuguese?
I don't know. Maybe he thought it would be banned or something. Like everything, like Italian was there. Like maybe if Italians was there, I would ban Italians. I don't know, just to get like a clear edge, right?
Okay,
Like,
okay,
even
okay.
though I think Italians is the worst safe. Like I prefer Japanese. I like good economy, and Japanese economy on that map is amazing compared to Italians.
Yeah. Okay, then good luck. I'm super excited for the games against Winchester. Would be lovely if you could make it happen on Sunday already.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I'm going to check, but yeah, probably Sunday
Yeah,
on the
he
good time.
offered Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to
So,
confirm a couple of things, but yeah, it should be Sunday.
would be lovely. Then, yeah, sleep well and happy for you. And I'm super excited for the winner bracket finals now.
Thank you, Nili. Thank you for the opportunity as well.
Have a
Bye
great
bye,
one.
guys. You too.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's directly jump into the next game. And let's take a look what will happen here. Oops, what is going on? The game ended. That's because the series is already over. This is just a VOD to avoid some spoilers. So, yeah, you already saw the series till the end, and this is just a VOD without any content coming up, and therefore you can now close the video, and I hope you didn't get spoiled before at YouTube. Enjoy, guys.